Mean big, a whopping 257 than he was versus Vladimir Klitschko, his own. Always relaxed, supremely confident. Michigan, he this time.
Well, the weight isn't the major thing with him.
Time for the featured bout of the evening, brought to Raul Kais Sr. With a record of 26 wins and 1 defeat, he has 22 big wins coming by way of knockout. Syrian Nightmare introducing Samuel Peter. With a record of 69 wins, 4 losses, 3 draws, 1 no decision, he has 43 wins coming by way of knockout. James Lights Out Toney.
Shake hands, gentlemen. Good luck to both of you.
Sam Peter, the heart of his 22 KOs within 2 rounds. Most critical time for Toney, don't you think?
Yeah, potentially that he's never tasted before in his life.
Make Toney's job any easier? The prevailing general feeling, Toney, but it would be a bit of a surprise, but he has that great equalizer. 1 punch.
Getting more of the action, and I think he got hit with a nice one.
He uses the ropes for support. Toney.
The Toney left hand, I've got to be able to land this right hand. I'm anticipating.
Pushing him back with the left. Rockman hatches, but it is difficult against the Freddie Roach concerned, Peter.
Not exactly svelte, though, for this fight.
Air, but
Stop at the bell.
Toney able to duck away.
Okay, James. Just keep using that jab, okay?
Toney's jab in that first round. Toney with a big right hand.
His oats.
Beautiful. Shotgun jab by James.
Usually he plants himself on those ropes.
Right by Sam Peter. Back comes Toney. Men.
Every time Peter throws the right hand, it's so hard to believe. I think of James Toney, and he started with punches, apparently. It's amazing.
And now Toney
To initiate too much action.
slow to react. Toney's two really have to wonder about that excess.
So far as the hand speed of Toney, there's a nice counter right side. You would think the bigger man who just took a right hand.
Combinations, the jab.
Skill
Yes.
stuff.
Toney.
He would wave to Sam Peter after that, but there's the
Waving by James Toney. And Toney backs. Peter's very flat-footed. Right.
Rockman had landed a few more right hands. Or Tony's trainer even concerned about it, but in this fight, he has Rockman.
A lot of balance shots here now. Toney, but all of a sudden Sam Peter looking.
The ropes here.
There's a right hand by
No, Samuel, not there.
12 rounds or however long it takes. Again,
James Toney is a heavyweight.
Watch the heads, guys.
the headline, I'm sorry, Steve, the headline.
And is finding a home.
Pick him up.
Yeah, by Peter setting up the right. Is an overhand. He's so good, but he gets off the ropes. Peter misses with uppercut by James Toney. Cut by Peter. This is a Peter round to lean on Toney. And that's a lot of weight that got to put Toney down, who hasn't been down since 1990.
Best right hand Peter's landed.
Toney.
Oh, boy.
Power shot to land. Now there's a straight right hand. The punches were shorter by Peter. See, there's a right hand. Point. It really is.
So already here, and only in round 4, a pivot.
While the Toney jab, oh, nice hook by both men. These rounds, if he doesn't throw a lot of those other good counterpunches. Hard to him when he's
Yes.
at this round.
I was just going to say that. Is that hard?
Straightening it out. A smile from Toney. I'll tell you what.
There's that jab again. The blood now coming out of the more sustained of an attack by Peter than we saw.
And it's going to maybe make a difference. But it's with some big shots. A jab of Toney is bloodied his. Now, if I'm going to start off the action at that, that's when he gets countered. Wow, interesting.
He has a free.
Here's as a heavyweight, and of course before that as well, but it's really become
Connected, the second one missed. And to the top of the head of James Toney, holding on the wrath of Sam Peter. Here in round 1, he steps back, takes a big deep breath. Back by tying him up, regrouping.
hardest James Toney's ever been hit as a prize fighter, because that's interesting scoring to me.
Steve Springer, LA Times. Clubbing rights
Belong to Toney.
Yeah, James Toney, of course.
There are going to be
a difficult one early on for the punishing power of Sam Peter for the first time in his career as he backpedaled. Difficult fight to judge.
Apparently, yes.
WBC heavyweight eliminator that fight.
See, those are beautiful.
Now Toney.
Before the fight, Raul Caiz told you head into it and you're turning away. That's your problem if you're, as he is punching you, because that's a legal punch.
Twisting right hands that landed to the head of Peter.
To Peter, there's a beautiful right hand by Peter.
There may be a time, and this is his reaction. He's trying to
Get your head out of his face, Samuel.
And that was one of the actually go after him. And that, oh wow, that was a left hook to the
minute to go in round 6.
Now this will someone like the couple of very.
And Peter may be running out of
hand there by Peter on the inside. Let's see if that turned.
They're running out of gas midway through. A right to the left jab, Toney. But you know,
just right now too. Wow. Downstairs to the chest. That's to set up the right hand. There's that. But also around in which he took some big shots.
We had a round 7. That jab just what he knows. Now something happening on it.
A 4th round knockout of Toney to win this into play. Consistently fascinated. James to the heavyweight like this and exchanges punches. And in 59-56, I just think he won more.
Stepping back, looking over it. Peter Toney wisely rolling with it, so it had no effect. And now she slowed it down. Leg. Now he backs Peter into his own. Peter blow.
Yeah, precisely.
Stop, break.
But you're right about Toney. A remarkable story. 160 to start his pro boxing career.
Very interesting point. If he had started at a higher weight, conditioning issues not be quite as dramatic.
It even raised his attention here at the end of the round. Interesting fight, living up to its intriguing.
James Toney's problem may well be that he just can't. Peter, in fact, does run out of steam, and then a tight
man upstairs by James Toney.
Pattern. Toney starts out very
right hand by Toney, and it landed. Right hand by Sam.
It's so out there. He can hit him with the hook. He wants to do it. Several. Toney starting off fast, and then Peter's
from the crowd, but it didn't really budge Peter.
Is making more of a commitment to the body work than Peter.
The old style James Toney, where he just pecks him or attempted punches by James Toney here. He's trying to end.
Don't push his head down, Sam. Come on now, babe.
James is tired. He's running out of gas, and he wants to get.
I'm surprised Toney is coming to Peter as much as he
doing this now. He's holding. He's tying Peter up.
The trouble for people judging is just
deeper.
As the fight progresses, and by Peter. First the left by Toney, but now it's Toney's point at slipping and blocking punches than Toney. He gets hit more, and we're seeing that tonight.
We are, for his activity. Oh, combinations from Peter.
Fault of his. Now that's a rarity. Rolling device, that turning device, will hide his right hand. So you don't see
again of Toney getting in, but Peter going downstairs. Yeah, and it's not that he doesn't land those punches, but he like this. That fight can turn. This is a judge and how people perceive it.
I wouldn't want to be a judge. Massachusetts, Alejandro Rochin from Mexico, hit by Peter.
Big uppercut by Peter, but you know,
that's illegal. That's what that is.
Shake hands.
Very bad mistake.
Don't fucking play games.
Continue round 9. That's frustration, and it's starting to seep in on Sam. They're now really starting to try. And there by Sam Peter and James Toney. He kind of earmuffs the overhand right to the back of the head. And Raul Caiz Sr. was a capable rep.
And which in the second half of the round, judges tend to read.
Cornelius Boza Edwards in the corner of Sam Peter, urged by James Toney. He's got to be busier. Knocked him off balance. Peter jumps all over.
And let's give Peter credit. He's throwing.
Takes their advice. And he's
difficult. He threw a lot of punches. Now, how will that?
Stop. Break. Nice and relaxed. Deep breath.
10th round scheduled for 12. And to be the mandatory challenger for Oleg Moskiev.
Toney, you really need to pay attention in a fight like this. Come back pretty well after that and landing a lot of punches now.
Peter again smothering, but Sam Peter is getting the better.
Has plenty in the tank. But this is a trick round, a full round in which Toney did well. How will he handle these championship rounds now?
He feels like a championship.
Yeah.
Fight. Oh, big right hand. Whip.
But then again,
Figure out how these judges would have this. It is certain. As we have pointed out,
All right, stop. Sorry about that. Break. Let's go.
for both fighters, but particularly for Toney, we're the ender to champion.
and that scoring by the slightly closer but an edge for Toney.
Less than a minute remaining in round 8.
To throw that right hand again. You can see the wheels turn. Just should have been a little more active in this round.
Hands are free.
Yeah, at this point, Toney.
Come on.
But you know, no matter what happens in this, throwing more punches than we've seen in a lot of other fights. So
It's straight, short, crisp inside for the 12th and final round. Both career future at stake. Big right puncher getting counter punch. Little right hand stuck in his press row scoring.
Toney and maybe bigger punches by Peter.
Break. Nice and relaxed. Nice and relaxed. Let's go.
He is a heavyweight. He can if he can take punches from this man. Another close round here in the 12th.
Appearing to be in better condition too than James. Toney going for the home run. An entertaining fight. Final fight.